Stand aside. Focus. Men are working here. Move it. I made this thing here with the wooden threads a few years ago. It was a wooden C clamp. It was 100% wood. And I made the C out of laminated wood. There's a video on my main channel of the build, and there's a link to that in the description if you want to go watch that. Before that, I was working on wooden threads, and I was pretty obsessed with wooden threads there for a while. And, you know, this is kind of the culmination of that experimentation. I made these, and these are looking pretty good. I've never tested them, though. I don't know how strong they will be. I know that the nut part is very strong because what you've got is end grain going into the, you can say the threads of this dowel here, but the dowel itself is long grain going all the way, so it's fairly weak. But it has a lot of surface area, and the more surface area you've got to spread a load, the less force each square inch of it. Of course, I don't even think there's a square inch here. We'll see. So I'm going to test it out. I've been thinking about this, not hard. Like I haven't, lost sleep over it or anything, but I had it clamped to my vise here like this so that I could push this way, and this would hold it really well. And if it starts to loosen up, I can always tighten it too. So I'll tighten that up pretty good. Now I've got this piece of 2x4 here that I was thinking that it could push on and possibly bend the 2x4. See, along with how strong it is, I would like to see how tough it is, how long it can stand up being used over and over again. I mean, it'd be a total waste of time to build something like this if you had ultimate strength over, say, 3 or 4 times, and then after that it started to break up and fall apart. You want to have, that strength to last over and over again. So I was thinking I would take the 2x4, somehow clamp it in my vise. I got this piece of plywood here that I was going to put in my other vise over there, and then screw the 2x4 onto that, and that would actually kind of preload it against the clamp. And I think that would be the easiest way to do it. One thing about this is I think I need to get some oil on here because it's not going to turn smoothly if I don't. Got some motor oil here to juice it up. Try not to get it all over the place too. Now you want to use an oil on here that doesn't set up, so something like linseed oil wouldn't be a good choice. Okay, I think that's enough, at least for now. Okay, so plywood, 2x4, I'll try to get it as level as I can. Put it up against the vise, pull it back a little bit, and I don't want to get ready before I try this. Up against the vise, pull it back a little bit, try to keep it level, and just drive the fucking screw in, John. So, and then I can tighten up the vise like that, and now I'm ready to try it out. Okay, it's all set up, and I'm just going to push on it with my arm, and that takes a lot of force to even push that a couple inches. A little bit more oil on there. And away we go. I gotta say, I'm impressed. I think it's starting to pull out of the plywood over here. And the thing is not actually showing any stretch. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, the screws pulled completely out of the 2x4, all three. Still on the plywood, although they sunk in quite a bit on the back there. I'm going to screw it on again and try it again. But looking at the thing here, it has suffered no damage whatsoever. Like there's not even even the smallest sign that it's starting to wear out or give way. So I'm just going to wheel it back. I'll put the screws in, but I'll also put a couple of clamps on it as well. I know this is not actually measuring anything, like in numbers, but seriously, it took a lot of force for me to push that 2x4 over. And I do believe it's a lot more force than I would use in a typical glue up. And I think what we just witnessed there was almost as much force as you use to clamp something in a vise. I'm gonna push all I can here. I gotta be honest, that's not all I can, because I know I can break this probably. But man, that's all my weight, so. Okay, I stopped there because I'm running out of space on it. It's just going to slip off the end of the 2x4. But look at how the plywood, this is 3/4 inch plywood here. Look how much that's bent. And it's actually starting to delaminate inside there. Also, the 2x4 itself has quite a bend on it. So I'm amazed. I got to try to think of a different way to test this. Maybe something that's I don't know, motorized, that I can drive it back and forth to see how long this kind of thing stands up. And what I was interested in doing with this ultimately was to make one of those, I made a set a few years back. They're just wooden, what are they called? They're the old style clamps with the two handles on them like that. I was going to make those with reverse threads and all wood, of course, and no metal in them whatsoever. But I was worried about the threading, how durable that would be, but I think I'm sold. I gotta be honest. Okay, I know you wanted to see it. I know you want to see it. I know you want to see if I can actually break this with my bare hands. I'm just concerned. I'll turn the workbench over.
Fuck.